had a whole bunch.
The suspect's confessions intertwine perfectly and leave no room for doubt. It was Deshaun's fatal punch that ultimately caused Ethan's death. The confessions also revealed that it was one of Ethan's friends who had made the anonymous 911 call and couldn't effectively coordinate with the officers who arrived at the crime scene. The confrontation had then spiraled into a deadly encounter that shattered lives forever, bearing the weight of a heartbreaking loss. The only outcome was bleak, paving the way to nothing but time behind bars.
The software will then
Both the brothers were charged with murder, but those charges were reduced in July 2022, and the $1 million bonds were also modified following the new indictments.
At this time, I will modify bond in the amount of $25,000, 10%.
Two other suspects involved had their bonds reduced to $5,000. Attorney John Sin previously said his client defended himself during an altercation with Liming and others.
Following their trials in October 2023, Deshaun Stafford, 21, was found guilty of first-degree aggravated assault and assault. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison.
That's crazy.
And 6 months in jail.
That's wild.
However, Tyler, 20, was only found guilty of misdemeanor assault and was sentenced to 6 months in jail.
Right.
Stafford, on count 1 of the indictment, the court will impose a sentence of 6 months incarceration for the crime of assault, a misdemeanor of the first degree. As I stated, Mr. Stafford has been found guilty of 1 count of aggravated assault, a felony of the fourth degree, and 1 count of misdemeanor assault. A few things about the law related to sentencing on these counts. First, pursuant to statute, whenever a defendant is found guilty of both a misdemeanor and a felony, any period of incarceration imposed for those offenses must be served concurrently or at the same time.
Donovan Jones pleaded no contest to 2 counts of assault, a first-degree misdemeanor, in October 2023. He was sentenced to 180 days of suspended jail.
Wow.
The moment the sentence was announced, it was clear that Ethan's family found the outcome inadequate and were left disappointed.
Any verdict where the victims' families are left terrified is just a symptom of the fact that there is something deeply sick and wrong with our justice system. Thank you.
This case